Hi everyone. So if you've been reading with me this week, you'll also know that I've been reading Unconventional Lovers by Annette Mori. Um, I have been really quite excited to read this book. I've read fantastic reviews about it, and everyone seems to be raving about it. And I just couldn't wait to see how Annette would explore a Down syndrome couple. It's not something that you usually see in books. It's in fact, actually, um, I haven't read a lot of books, but I've never read a book about someone with Down syndrome. And to read a book where someone with Down syndrome is actually falling in love with someone, and it's not the standard norm either, it's something that people would judge further for in some respects. Not that you should judge, I'm not condoning that. You definitely shouldn't judge anyone, everyone's entitled to happiness. But unfortunately, in our society and world, people will judge. They'll judge anybody who's different, and they shouldn't. But it's an education and needs to be tackled. However, um, having said that, Annette does this book so much justice, and the story of Bree and Sierra so much justice as well. Sierra lives at home with her parents, and Bree has come to live with her aunt Olivia, who is also a lesbian. They've both grown up with lesbian influence around them because Sierra's aunt is also a lesbian. So throughout this book, whilst it is mostly focusing on the development of the relationship between Bree and Sierra, there is a side running story of the development of the relationship between Aunt Olivia and Aunt Deb, which I think is so sweet, because they're there for the girls, and they nurture and encourage in a positive way how they should develop their relationship, not rush into anything, and help them to understand perhaps what they're feeling or experiencing. So Bree and Sierra actually meet and become best friends instantly. Um, they see that they are like each other, and they've never had friends before. They've both struggled at school, even though they've excelled at their education. They have struggled, with relationships, friendships, um, normal people accepting them, which is horrible to think that happens, but we all know it does. Um, and so they're like each other, so it's an instant attraction, best friends, and they they start having feelings for one another, which is only natural. It happens with best friends. It happens all the time. We all get into relationships with different people, and the relationships all end up differently. Some people get really close to you, some people you're just not close to at all. Some people you just remain friends all your life. But sometimes it's difficult, and you do develop feelings for friends, and you have to work through those. So luckily, Brie and Sierra both feel the same way about each other, and they're just so glad to be friends and to spend time together and to learn things together. This whole relationship for them is a learning curve, and they're getting to experience everything for the first time together and share it, which is just so cute. Together, they're just, yeah, they're so lovely. The story's heartwarming. It really is. Just the way they go from being best friends to exploring over a number of years the possibilities of them being, they start becoming closer, and they go out together and they go on dates, and it's just so sweet. It's all slowly developed over a number of years, and they want to be normal, or what they depict as normal. I mean, what is normal? You can't really say what's normal, but they just want to have what normal people have, what they see other people having. They want to live together, they want to love together, they want to have children, they want to get married, they want their business to be successful. Everything that everybody else in the world wants. There's nothing different about Sierra and Brie other than something genetic that they can't control, and it doesn't make them any less of a person. They're exactly the same as me or you or anybody, and I think it's really, really lovely how Annette has represented that in the genre and brought it all to attention for us. This is a lovely read. I guarantee if you read this book, you will feel all warm and fuzzy and happy, and you in the end you just forget. There's such an innocence between Brie and Sierra that you think this is just so sweet. And if every relationship develops like that, sweetly, and people learning together and exploring together and talking and being friendly with one another, it would just be absolutely perfect in the world. There's so much that can be learned from Brie and Sierra and how they see life, live life, just so much. What an eye-opener. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. It was so good. I've just posted a Goodreads review for it. It's just a little bit further down the page and you can check that out. But I would definitely recommend grabbing a copy of this, and I will put a link in the description as well so that you can check it out as well. Absolutely fantastic book. Wonderful story, well written, just beautiful throughout. Lovely characters, a few conflicts in there between parents and feelings and everything else that would go on, trials and tribulations that people have to overcome in relationships, but all well explored, all well, yeah, just brilliant, absolutely fantastic. So that is Unconventional Lovers by Annette Mori. Definitely go and check it out. If you've read it, let me know what you thought. If you are going to read it, or if you're adding it to your read list, again, I'd love to know what you think once you've read it. And I just hope you'll enjoy it as much as I did. Thoroughly enjoyable book, really sweet, really heartfelt, and just absolutely beautiful. Well done, Annette. Absolutely fantastic. I hope you'll check it out. Bye.